Hi, my name is Susanne Maria Brandt. I'm a multidisciplinary visual artist currently living in Ottawa. I'm a newcomer to Canada. I moved here to take care of my family member. This has been a major shift in my life and has brought many changes with it. And I decided to actually take my artwork seriously and return to school. So I joined SPAO, and this is now my third year because I took a break during COVID. And as we all lived through the pandemic, we were confronted with different difficulties. And one of the issues that was close to my heart was the situation with food. My installation, 50%, focuses on food and food waste, and it is an installation composed of the components of sculptures, resin cast, rotten food, images, analog, as well as digital. The analog image was conceived by using dry plate. I live in a neighborhood that is a mix between wealthier and not so wealthy parts, and we have these 50% reduced food stands in all our supermarkets. A couple of years ago, it was very easy to find wonderful products there, and there was always plenty. Even though it was already reduced by 50%, it was full. And now they're scarce. You have to really hunt for them. So this inspired me to dig deeper into the situation of food and the meaning of food in our society, since food is essentially to our existence, and food scarcity is a major cause to a lot of difficulties we are facing. And if you go back, what is happening right now, in the history, in the 1930s, Russia already once before disseminated the Ukrainians. It was a war of 2 years in which Stalin tried to starve out and remove the farmers out of the Ukraine and replace them with the big communist-run industrial agriculture firms, which in itself did not work out very well, but that is another story. So we're facing a similar situation now with the war in the Ukraine. There will not be any food be grown on these fields for at least, I would say, 4 years, probably. It will reduce the food reserves, the grain reserves in particular. Europe and Africa are depending on those. And there's already several countries facing famine, and that was even before the war. So in my personal little world, I thought I wanted to find something that I can process this situation that starts with me. So I processed the food that is rotting in my fridge, in my pantry and in my freezer. Because in the end, what I do in my home has consequences. The idea for the work, for the images and the sculptures and the installation is to pull those items that are rotting away in our storage units, in our homes, into the light. To make it possible for a viewer to interact with them without the spectacle of revulsion. I created images that on the very first look like food advertising images. They are lit, they are bright, the colors are bright. On the second look, you'll see it is a flaccid, rotting, stinking chicken. Or it is some cheese that has beautiful colors of green and orange, but the green should actually not be there. Then I created some sculptures. I went through a whole period of experimentations because I wanted to prevent the spectacle of revulsion. So I first saw the terrarium and to set them in there, and I thought, oh well, if that falls over and it continues to rot while it's sitting in the gallery, that might not be a good idea. So that was one got eliminated. Then I thought of immersing them in honey, which has antiseptic properties, but that didn't work either because the revulsion is really strong when you see things like rotting chicken in liquid. So I eliminated that. I ended with casting them in epoxy resin. So there are little blocks. Most of them are small. Some of them are bigger. They look like building blocks that you have like child's play. And they show the already partly rotten food, but in a way that you can interact with that without having the smell or the feel of it's flaccid and it's rotting and it's pungent and all of these negative sensations. They will be displayed as part of the display of the installation 50%. I am working at the moment on my website. It will hopefully be up and running by that time, and it is www.smariabrandt.com. Thank you.